Welcome back. Days after India Today accessed key documents seized from Augusta Westland Middleman Guido Hashke's residence and offices that revealed how Christian Michel and Hashke strategized against Rafale to put its prime competitor, the Eurofighter Typhoon, in the win zone for India's jet deal. Today, the Prime Minister cited our report to target Rahul Gandhi. He asked the Congress to clarify on the relationship between Gandhi family and the man he called Michel Mama. Prime Minister Modi further added that this chowkidar was always alert on the issue. India Today, remember, is the only channel that exposed the Michel Rafale link with two incriminating documents that prove how the Augusta middleman was batting for the Eurofighter. This news break has now created political ripples.
कि हेलीकॉप्टर घोटाले के जिस बिचौलियों को सरकार खोज रही है, उन बिचौलियों में से एक को विदेश से उठा करके लाया गया है। अभी जेल में बंद है। उसने एक चौंकाने वाला खुलासा किया है। मीडिया रिपोर्ट्स के मुताबिक वो सिर्फ हेलीकॉप्टर वाली डील में ही शामिल नहीं था, बल्कि पहले की सरकार के समय लड़ाकू विमानों का जो सौदा जा होता था, उसमें भी उसकी भूमिका थी। मीडिया वाले कह रहे हैं कि ये मिशेल मामा किसी दूसरी कंपनी के विमानों के लिए लॉबिंग कर रहा था। अब इस सवाल का जवाब मिलना जरूरी है कि कांग्रेस के नेता जो शोर अभी कर रहे हैं, उसका मिशेल मामा से क्या कनेक्शन है।
Union Minister V.K. Singh also launched a scathing attack on Rahul Gandhi. While speaking to India Today, he asked why didn't the Congress president push for the Rafale deal? Why wasn't it actually inked while the UPA was in power? He said that when he was army chief, he'd written a secret letter to the then Prime Minister. Here's what happened next. He says the letter was leaked and he was targeted by the opposition. He alleged the Congress is now raising this issue only for political gains.
ऐसा अगर कोई आदमी समझना ना चाहे तो आप उसको कितना ही समझा लो, कितने ही तथ्य दे लो, कितना ही सत्य बोल लो, उन्होंने समझना नहीं। उन्होंने ठान रखी है कि आप कुछ भी बोलो, हम वही बोलेंगे जो हमारे दिल के अंदर है। राफेल 2001 से चल रहा, 2019 आ गया, अभी तक कुछ नहीं आया। इतने दिनों तक यूपीए सरकार बैठी रही। 2008 के अंदर कुछ चीजें बनी, धीरे धीरे करते करते 2014 पे आगे वो ठप करके चले गए। लेकिन क्या इसको ठीक किया जा सकता है? मैं तो यही अपील करूंगा सबसे, और खासकर श्रीमान राहुल गांधी से, कि कृपया बैठकर देश की उन्नति के लिए, सेनाओं को सुदृढ़ बनाने के लिए, सेनाओं की कमी को दूर करने के लिए अपना दिमाग लगाएं। ऐसी बात है जिसके ऊपर आश्चर्य भी होता है, खेद भी होता है, दुख भी होता है। जो चीज देश की सुरक्षा के लिए बहुत जरूरी है, उस चीज को आप हल्के फुल्के तरीके से ले रहे हैं। उस समय भी जो चीजें बताई गई थी वो उस समय के प्रधानमंत्री को मौखिक रूप से भी एक ब्रीफिंग के अंदर बताई गई थी। कुछ नहीं हुआ तो उनको लिखित में बताएगी, लेकिन उसको एक नया टूल देने की कोशिश की गई। बहुत ही खेदपूर्ण बात है। उसके बाद एक किसी लो ऑफिशियल के सिर पर ठीकरा तोड़ दिया गया कि उसने लीक कर दिया होगा। सीक्रेट लेटर पीएमओ के ऑफिस से लीक हो जाए, शर्म की बात है। अब हम क्या करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि नहीं जी, वायुयान खरीदने की जरूरत ही नहीं थी। तो एयरफोर्स को कौन चलाएगा, दुश्मन से कौन बचाएगा? अब ये चीजें अगर नहीं समझ में आती हैं तो अब आप इसके लिए कोई शब्द दे दीजिए ताकि ऐसे लोगों को जानकारी मिले कि क्या किया जा सकता।
Okay, my colleague Ankit Kumar, who in fact accessed that secret note, the strategy note that had been prepared by Christian Michel and Guido Hashke, is joining us live on that story. Ankit, legally, what are the ramifications of this note which seem to suggest that Christian Michel doesn't only have Augusta links, he was also lobbying against the Rafale for the Typhoon?
Well, first of all, Padmaja, let me show you the newspaper report that the Prime Minister today mentioned. Prime Minister clearly mentioned that he read a newspaper report which tells that the two middlemen involved in Augusta Westland case were not only, helping the Fen Mechanica, but also helping Rafale's competitor Eurofighter as far as the MMRCA deal is concerned. Now, the papers that we have been able to access from Italian prosecutors clearly tells that two middlemen, one is Italian middleman Guido Hashke and the second is British middleman Christian Michel. They were preparing a secret strategy note for the makers of Eurofighter in order to defeat, French production, Dassault, which was in contention to get the deal for 126 MMRCAs. So what we have been able to establish through our investigation is that the role of Christian Michel and Guido Hashke was not only limited to the VVIP chopper deal. They also, involved in the MMRCA deal, and they worked not for, 1 or 2 months, for at least 2 long years in the MMRCA deal. They played a crucial role. They were looking to target politicians who, according to this strategy letter, should have, known people from MOD, from Finance Ministry, even the Finance Minister himself and the Prime Minister himself. This is what the strategy paper notes. We do not know as yet to which extent their expertise were used. We do not know to which extent EADS, which produces the Eurofighters, use their links. But it is a matter of investigation now. There has been no FIRs or has been no official complaint as yet as far as the Rafale deal is concerned. Remember, the MMRCA deal was later scrapped by the government of India following a government-to-government deal between India and France. So India is buying 36 Rafale. That is not through a private contract. It is government deal. But this dealing that we are reporting right now, this dealing was the MMRCA deal under which Rafale and Eurofighters were competing against each other. This competition, started in 2007, and till 2011, Rafale and Eurofighter competed head-to-head. And what we are telling our viewers is, and what the Prime Minister today quoted that India Today report, what it proves is that Christian Michel and Guido Hashke's role was not only limited to Augusta Westland, it extended to the Rafale fight. Padmaja?
All right. Stay with me. In fact, let's listen in to some of the other political reactions that we've got since the time that the Prime Minister quoted the India Today report to attack the Congress. Listen.
The Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, is dodging and ducking the biggest issue of corruption, which is Rafale, where he is the principal accused. If Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister, has the courage, if he has the guts, he has to come and take up the challenge that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is thrown around. Come in Parliament, debate it publicly for 20 minutes, and let the world discover who's speaking the truth and who is lying. I mean, as far as the issue of Augusta Westland is concerned, Avantika, I'm saying so with complete knowledge and full responsibility that the Congress party has got absolutely nothing to do with all the allegations being made. In fact, Christian Michel has publicly stated on record, even to your channel, if I remember correctly, that Narendra Modi and his government is trying to get him to make certain disclosures against the Congress leadership by force. I mean, this is virtually an act of criminality. But, ultimately there is a judicial process in India, and Mr. Modi will have to explain to the people of India why did Anil Ambani benefit by a massive 1,30,000 crores.
The Prime Minister of India in 2019, which is the election year, has not even said good morning in the Parliament. For 3 days, the Parliament debated on this. Where was the Prime Minister? I do not trust the Prime Minister speaking from election programs, because in the past he had alleged that Dr. Manmohan Singh was conspiring against the country along with Hamid Ansari, the former Vice President of India. And then BJP had to eat those words in the Parliament. So I believe for Prime Minister to be credible, he has to repeat these allegations in the Parliament. And second, it is extremely important that on matters of defense, on national interest, no matter who it is, whether it's Christian Michel or whoever, if there are allegations, they have to be thoroughly investigated by our investigation agencies with their full might. There cannot be an angle of conspiracy in this. There has to be thorough investigation. But when the Prime Minister speaks on these issues, he should not speak in a manner of rumor mongering. Today, his His words are not trustworthy.
As the Rafale deal gets closer, and the heat is on, the Prime Minister finds newer and newer relationships between us and others, whether they actually exist or not. So this is a wishful thinking on his behalf, that he wants to show more into a situation when there isn't any. So good luck. I wish him good luck. I wish Prime Minister good luck in establishing all these great relationships. And since he's calling us, saying that he's our Michel Mama, Pradhan Mantri is Mama for a lot of people. And that is the question we have raised. Whose Mama is he? They brought up Augusta Westland as a defense for themselves when they were in the defensive on the Rafale.
Okay.
And we have been articulating on Rafale from day one. Rahul Gandhi has said it. We continue to do so, and we will reach the end, undoubtedly. And the closer we are getting to exposing them and the mistakes he and his ministers are making in the cabinet, it becomes harder and harder. And they gift us mamas and God knows who. I don't know where the mamas and the Modis who have gone abroad and living somewhere.
Right.
None of them are accountable, but then these will come about. Don't worry, they'll all come to roost.
It speaks volumes about the creditworthiness of the India Today channel that the report is being cited. And this is what good journalism is. I would congratulate the India Today group on this revelation. And the investigations are on, so I would not like to, talk about the investigation and what documents and incriminating material has been found. But one thing is very clear, that extradition of Christian Michel has proven to be vital for the investigating agency. And now, the missing dots are being joined. A Gandhi family definitely is facing the heat, and somewhere they're trying to even interfere with the course of justice, as their lawyer, Christian Michel's lawyer, being guided by the Congress party, tried to also, tutor and guide Christian Michel as to what his reply should be. And I think now the courts would take its own course, and they will decide who's guilty, who's not. But definitely it exposes the acts of corruption that were being done by the Gandhi family abusing their position of authority.
In fact, India Today has access to exclusive documents confiscated during raids at Italian middleman Guido Hashke's residence and offices. First, a strategy paper was seized in which Hashke was talking. In fact, Hashke and Michel talked about lobbying politicians. The two men not only lobbied the UPA government, also planned to get 3 Indian Air Force officers on board to help with the campaign against the Rafale. Now, we've accessed a document that reveals that Michel and Hashke worked on a plan to put competitor Eurofighter in India's jet deal victory race, listing out the parameters of a perfect fighter jet. The document in fact states, and I quote, even one element outside the wind zone will be fatal considering there is much scrutiny over the deal globally. Ankit Kumar continues to be live with us. Of course, there is a lot of insinuation and innuendo. The fact that Michel is currently extradited to India, being investigated for the Augusta deal. Now it emerges he also had his fingers in the anti-Rafale pie. He was lobbying or trying to lobby for Eurofighter. But how does the Congress and Rahul Gandhi connection come into all of this? Ankit, explain.
Well, the first part of the strategy paper talks about engaging a political navigator. A political navigator during UPA era who should have, familiar with on a first name basis with the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Defense, the Prime Minister's office, the Prime Minister himself, and quote, a leading family. That's the insinuation that the BJP and the Prime Minister are using. That's the part of the report that the Prime Minister and Union Law Minister also has quoted. That why does this leading family name appears even in Augusta Westland, also in Rafale competition. One sticking point to all this is even though the Prime Minister has raked up this issue, what we need to tell our viewers is that there is no official investigation as yet in this case. Congress party has come forward and indeed welcomed a possible investigation in this case. Congress party has been asking for a JPC for long. Congress spokesperson yesterday told our network that they will be welcoming any kind of investigation. BJP so far, even though has putting these allegations based on India Today report, the government or the agencies are yet to start an official investigation in the Rafale controversy. There is no official investigation into the Rafale controversy.
So next question, Ankit, why? Considering that now no less than the Prime Minister has mentioned it, why not?
That's the thing that the agencies have to answer, because there are two agencies which are investigating this case. First is the Central Bureau of Investigation. Second is the ED. Both of these
Let me very quickly ask you just the last 10 seconds, because we have to take a break right now, Ankit. The fact that the ED has told court that Michel was involved in other deals as well, does that give an indication that maybe this could be brought under the ambit of a probe later?
No, but that is the Augusta case. That is not the Rafale case. That cannot be invoked in this case, because Rafale is an entirely different case. Augusta is an entirely different case. One point also interesting is that the Mrs. Gandhi's angle is only with the ED, which directly reports to the government, not with the CBI.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.